Station manager of Africa's second radio astronomy facility sited at Kuntunse here in Accra wants government to remove encroachers whose activities apparently are increasingly interfering in the smooth operation of the facility. In an interview with JoyNews, lead astronomer at the Ghana Space Science and Technology Institute, Dr. Bernard Dua Asabre, warned the encroachers could hinder Ghana's quest to conduct research and also catch up with the rapid development in technology of space the world over. Well, he spoke with Latif Idris, and he has a lot more.
This is what we call Ghana Radio Astronomy Facility, and it is under Ghana Space Science and Technology Institute, which is under Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. So we have Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, and then Ghana Space Science and Technology Institute, and this is a facility under the institute.
Is this the only facility of its kind, in the country?
No, I wouldn't say in the country. It's the second in the whole of Africa.
Oh, okay.
Well, the first one is in South Africa, and this is the second in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
It must be a treasure for the country then.
Well, it is for people who believe in research and not believe in research and also science and technology development. Yes, I would say so.
And today we're seeing massive encroachment. Is it having any impact on operations here?
Sure. It definitely is having great impact on our operations here. If I should go a bit into details, this is a radio astronomy facility, and we are receiving radiations in the radio frequency. Here, the signals that we're receiving are very weak. So if we even compare with the radiations coming from phones and things like that, this can't stand. So actually, this is not a plus for the project.
3 Burkinabe nationals and a Ghanaian are in the grips of the police in the Upper West Regional Capital WA for robbery offences. The 3 have been on the wanted list of the WA police for several years. Adam Seydou Gona alias Lalas, together with 2 convicts who are serving various sentences in prison last June, robbed 2 residents of WA at gunpoint, and they made away with some 65-inch Samsung flat-screen television. The robbers were arrested by the WA police upon a tip-off. The 3 other Burkinabe nationals were also arrested for allegedly robbing a guest house in WA. JoyNews Upper West Region correspondent Rafiq Salam now reports.
According to the Upper West Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Police Service, ASP Joy Afagbaji, the suspects number 4 were arrested for 2 alleged robbery incidents in the WA municipality of the Upper West region. They are 32-year-old Fuseni Al-Hassan, 34-year-old Dauda Musa, 26-year-old Donte Bonali, all of Fulani extraction and from neighboring Burkina Faso. Also arrested is Adam Seydou Gona, alias Lalas, who is believed to be the mastermind of several robbery and motor theft syndicates in the region and has been on the wanted list of the police for several years.
Investigations disclosed that the first 3 suspects, together with 1 accomplice at large, a native of WA, on 15/8/17 attacked Pet Vetro Guest House and robbed the occupants of their laptops, mobile phones, and unspecified sums of money. They also robbed a Ghana Customs officer of his sidearms. Items found on suspects are a double-barrel gun, a wire cutter, a pinch, and a hammer. Further search conducted on their hideout revealed 2 black Apsonic motorbikes suspected to have been stolen.
Other items found included toolbox, 3 kettle, curtains, satellite discs and decoder, mobile phones, and subcutlasses. The rest are 22-inch flat-screen television, talisman, press iron, woofer sound system, and locally manufactured pistol. Further police investigations disclosed that on 24/03/17,
and 30th/06/2017 respectively, suspect Adam Seidu Gona alias Lalas, with 2 convicts, Seidu Idrisu Haruna and Ibrahim Sumaila Barry, 7 various times, robbed 2 suspects of WA, 2 residents of WA at gunpoint, and made away with a 65-inch Samsung flat screen TV. A search on his hideout or on their hideout revealed the flat screen and a locally manufactured pistol. Suspects will be arraigned before court. The Regional Police Command would take this opportunity to entreat the general public to be forthcoming with information, since policing is now a shared responsibility.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam. Wa.
Obsolete and dysfunctional medical equipment at the accident and emergency unit of the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital is said to be hampering the delivery of quality medical care at the facility. The acting head of the Emergency Medicine Directorate, Dr. Kwekunyame, says frequent breakdowns and the maintenance of such equipment is a drain on the hospital's finances. Lava Firm's Nanaya Ojima has more in the next report.
Nearly 10 years after the unit was opened in 2008, equipment and other installations are yet to see any replacement. Experts recommend a 4-year cycle replacement schedule to ensure high performance. Dr. Nyame says the hospital is financially handicapped to be able to procure new equipment to support modern methods of healthcare.
They break down often, they are not available, or you spend a lot of time repairing them. Most often than not, they may not even be available for use because they have broken down, and you have to take it. The technicians will have to work on it. So as you use it for long periods, they become less and less effective for use. Yeah. We need pragmatic steps to recycle or refurnish our department. It may be in the form of government helping or corporate institutions helping.
Medical equipment dealers, Manjal Clicks, proposes government partner private sector to address such challenges in the healthcare sector. Dr. Charles Kwamina Akon is managing director.
There are people offshore, inshore, and even the banks. They are willing to do programs or investment or banking arrangement for institutions like Konfanochi. But the truth is that you need to find reliable companies who have platform, corporate settings, and technical capacity. We do have technical capacity. We are looking for opportunities like you are saying, looking for institutions like Konfanochi, institutions like Kolebu, or even Ghana government to cooperate with them, bring our offshore, overseas contact partners to bear, to do what has been done in Europe.
Meanwhile, Angel Foundation, a subsidiary of the Angel Group of companies, has donated assorted medical equipment to the hospital. Samuel Kofia Champon speaks for the foundation.
The life support equipment, instead of it being in abundance so you could cater for everybody, they only have like 1 or 2, so they end up helping just one person at a particular point in time. Give us a total cost of about $300,000. That would secure everything with regards to equipment that would help the facility. And we've been able to cough out $30,000 as of now. But it won't be the end. We would continue. We'll carry it on.
Reporting for JoyNews, Nanaya Ojima.
In other news, fresh information gleaned from the multi-million-dollar contract awarded by the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT, indicate the infrastructure that was eventually delivered and which the trust paid some $34 million for turned out to be not fit for purpose. It therefore meant that SNIT had to pay even more than the original contract sum to procure new infrastructure that could deliver the required automated system. As a result, SNIT has so far spent over $72 million on its automation process. JoyNews is meanwhile learning the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, has also shown interest in the matter and invited some staff of SNIT to assist with investigations. The Director General of SNIT, Dr. John Ofori Tinkran, says EOCO also requested documents related to the contract. He is explained on Upfront with Raymond Akwa on Thursday how a contract that was initially $34 million is now costing SNITS over $72 million.
You bought a car, right? And then as you drive in the car, at some point you realize that you have to change a tire. Then you reach into your toolbox and you find out that you don't have a spanner. So you need a spanner, right? And so you go to the guy who sold you the car, he says, I don't have a spanner. And he says, well, when you were buying the car, you didn't tell me that you were going to need a spanner. I'm just trying to be simplistic.
Okay.
And so if I have to give you a spanner to be able to do what you're asking me to do now, you have to pay for it. So in a sense, you have to tell me, you should have told me everything that you needed in specific detail so that I could have priced all of that in ex ante, right? And then there wouldn't be any price escalation. I'll just give you a very simplistic example. So let's come back to our case. So the software that was procured was supposed to be something that was existing. And I think that is how they advertised it. Something that was existing that could do pretty much a lot of the things that we were looking to do, but to be customized to suit our environment, to take care of the idiosyncrasies of the scheme that we're running. And so there is supposed to be some customization of that software. Okay. In that process, if there is anything else that you need that you didn't state, it constitutes a change. And that change is billable.
Okay.
Right? So along the line, there are so many of these changes that came along. And we call them change requests. And all those are documented.
Okay.
In other news, managers of troubled mining company Kubik say they will in the coming days take legal action against the state agencies involved in the seizure of their prospecting equipment at Nyinihini in the Ashanti region. Addressing a news conference here in Accra, the communications officer of the firm, Samuel Jemfi, said the company was losing some $40,000 daily over the seizure of the equipment, an act it describes as unlawful. He also described the EPA statement released on the revocation of their prospecting license as flawed and says the company will, in the coming days, take the needed legal actions.
Whether we suspect that we are being witch hunted, suspicions, yes, we will not discount that because the way things are happening and the way things are being done gives us great cause to worry. Because like I told you, you are the client of a state institution like the Environmental Protection Agency. You've been writing to them. You don't receive any replies from them. The agency feels that you have done something untoward. You have breached a requirement of your permit. The agency doesn't write to you. The agency doesn't invite you for a meeting. Rather, you hear in the media that an adverse decision has been taken against you. You know, you have your vehicles which have not been used for any illegal activity impounded. All the necessary information and clarifications have been provided by the sector minister and by the authorities concerned. There is ample documentary evidence to show that no illegal mining activities, that we have not engaged in any illegal mining activity. To date, we still don't have our equipment. Authorities are telling you we are not ready to meet you, to hell with you. That obviously will feed into that public perception that maybe there is an unseen hand somewhere which is trying so hard to find faults when none exist and trying so hard to ensure that you don't even get the opportunity to do your business. But as we have said, we don't belong to any political party. We are not interested in politics. We are engaged in a pure commercial activity which we believe will have many economic benefits for this country.
And Samuel Jemfi also hinted the firm suspect political witch hunt by virtue of the fact that Engineers and Planners, a company owned by the brother of former President John Dramani Mahama, is involved in the project.
Our vehicles and trucks were not impounded at a mining site. Our vehicles and trucks and equipment were not impounded in a forest. Our vehicles and trucks were impounded at the center of the Nyinahini Township on their way to the site, so they have not even gotten there. The question which is yearning for an answer is how that can constitute an offense. That if you are just driving your equipment, in fact, these equipments belong to one of our subcontractors, engineers and planners. If you are just driving your equipment on a road, you can just be stopped, your equipment can just be impounded and confiscated without any reasons being assigned to such an action. And that is why we feel that what was done was not proper, because as I've explained, we have not breached any law. We have a right to enter the Tunnel of Finn Forest Reserve for prospecting. We have a prospecting license dated 24th December 2015. We have a forest entry permit for the prospecting license. We have an operating license for the prospecting license. We have an environmental permit for the prospecting license. And so entering the Tunnel of Finn Forest Reserve is not an illegality for which we should be stopped and for which our vehicles and trucks and equipment should be impounded. The company is losing over $40,000 a day due to this unlawful act. And as we have told you already, we are going through the processes, the legal processes with our lawyers, and very soon the appropriate agencies, the authorities concerned, will be written to, and we will make our position clear to them that what they have done to us is not fair. What they have done to us is not allowed and permitted by law, and expect that the right things will be done.
And that's it for the news. We have a lot more news. We'll be looking at the newspapers and the latest stories on the various online portals.